How y'all doing? I'm so sorry I'm late. I had every intention on coming on at 11:11, but I have another call that starts earlier and it went over. So that's all right. I'm on right now. And I want to thank everyone for that's watching right now. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. And I want to thank anyone that's watching a replay as well. If you are watching a replay, I'd like to know, because this video is only going to be up for 24 hours. So I'd like to know how many people actually catch the replay and enjoy it. So just put a 1 for me. It's going to come down in 24 hours, but it'll be available up on YouTube. Okay? All right. So this is going to be a very, very, very short vid. I've been holding out for a minute on sharing this information. And because I see my screen is acting stupid now, I'm on my laptop. Let me go on my phone so I don't miss comments. Because last time I went live, I couldn't see any comments. I don't know what happened. Well, I do know what happened. I'm not using a Facebook app. So because I'm not using their app, sometimes they play a little bit of games. But just so I don't miss any comments, I'm going to. And I'm not using a Facebook app. I don't want to miss any comments like I did last time. That was very embarrassing. It's very embarrassing. I was like, oh God, I didn't see anybody comment. All right, so this bit is going to be on the law of truth, the law of gravity, and how to defy it. All right. But first, I want to give some background information on myself just in case someone was watching and they have no idea who I am. And it is a new year, so I get to redefine myself, right? Everybody does, right? Okay, so my name is still Tiffany Satchel, and I'm branded the 1111 coach. I have taken on another name as well, but that's going to be on another video. All right. I live in New Jersey. I was born and raised there. I'm the oldest girl of 8 children. I have 1 older brother, 1 younger brother, and 5 younger sisters. My parents started out in the projects of Jersey City, and when my dad got a better job and started making more money, we moved to the suburbs in Essex County. Excuse me. Okay, so we moved to Essex County. I worked many, many, many different jobs. And my most favorite and fun job was when I was waitressing at a local diner in the neighborhood I grew up in. I actually enjoyed that job so very much that I decided I wanted to own a restaurant. So I manifested one. Actually, I manifested 2. And I lost them both because I just didn't have an entrepreneurial mindset. You know, I just didn't have a mindset for it, and I wasn't totally connected to the right people that could help me at that time as well. So after losing 2 businesses, I had to go back into the working field, which I totally hated, but I had to do it. And after working for so long for myself, I was miserable, and I was miserable working for someone else. And so I decided to take Valerie Love's life coaching certification course. And I had taken a few of her online courses, her online and over the phone money manifestation classes. So I thought that it would be a great idea to learn how to harness my spiritual gifts to help others. And I received my certification through Destiny Coaching Academy in February 2016. The following month, Valerie asked me that I wanted to join her in a new business venture that she had joined to supplement my income while I built my coaching practice. And of course, I said, yeah. Okay, it's going to be up for 24 hours, Geraldine. 24 hours. I see you, Sherman. I'm sending you much love. Thank you. Okay, so then all right, so then Valerie Love, after that, you know, after I started taking her course, and I graduated February 2016, and then I joined her in another business venture to just to supplement my income in my coaching practice. I was still working at the time, and after I started working with her, I actually learned a lot. I learned so much that I was able to become like this whiz on the internet, right? So now I'm in a position where I can actually help people build their online businesses and social media platforms, because I got that good with, you know, with just presenting, with just what I want to say presenting. I want to say designing a website and designing content for your social media pages, right? So sometimes people contact me and they ask me to help them, and I do, you know, so it's going really good, right? And then in September of 2016, I fired my boss, I quit my job, and I started working from home. And now I travel with MCG around the world, that's Valerie Love's group, which is called the Millionaire Club Global. And we're learning personal development, health and wellness, wealth building techniques, and residual income streams, which includes relationship marketing, affiliate marketing, books, cryptocurrency. Right now, we have a book that just came out. If you could purchase it on Amazon, okay. So now I'm an author. I co-authored on a book. So things are going really. You're welcome, Geraldine. So things are going really well now, right? And so now, what I hope that I can help you do, what I aspire to help you do, is to express your highest and best life through health, spirituality, and money integration, and whatever that might be. And it's different from different people. It's very different from different people. My whole point, I feel like the 1111 coach is here to help. Is here to help people. Let's say anyone. I'm here to help anyone that wants to align with their divine core frequency, with their natural energy yield. All right, because that's what money stands for. Money stands for my own natural energy yield. M, my O, own, N, natural, E, energy, Y, yield. Your energy yield, whatever that you're yielding out, can support you financially. It can support you in not only financially, in so many different ways. Okay, so it's your yield. Okay, and everyone has to figure out what that is, and because we all have different comfort levels, and I'm going way out of it, but all right. So what most people don't believe or even understand is that your spiritual gifts really can support you, and that's what I hope that I can help you with. All right, so I could just stop babbling there. All right, so I hope that I can help you to discover what's great about you, and what your gifts are, and how you can use your gifts to help others. All right. So the perspective that you'll be getting right now is going to be from the Christ consciousness. All right. So most of what I will be sharing is going to be from a Christian perspective. All right. So if you are not familiar with the Christian perspective, then I might seem like I'm way off to you. Right. All right. So this is supposed to be some background information. So let me also let you know some of the things that I do. I practice EFT, and I teach others EFT, and it stands for Emotional Freedom Technique, and it's basically a holistic coping mechanism that's sort of like acupuncture without the pins. All right, it's totally fun, it's easy, and just about anyone can do it, and it'll help you to focus on attaining a specific goal, and it's also a great stress reliever if you do it right. All right, like Value Love always says, it works when you work it, right? So you have to do it. All right. So aside from that, I use alchemy, I use biblical truths, I use ascended master wisdom, I use oracle cards, angel cognizant, and of course universal laws. All right. So if you're interested in connecting with me, check out my website, www.tiffanysatchel.com. I have some complimentary offers up there that's available for you right now. Feel free to follow my journey with MCG at www.myparadisecontact.com. I'm there every week. I'm in DC every Wednesday and Thursday. Okay, and if you're interested in working with me on building an at-home business, okay, then you can go to marketingforshypeople.com. All right, I'm working on that website right now at the moment, but you can still sign up to get on the email list, so that then the marketingforshypeople.com that's going to be the website that I actually share information on Bitcoin and how to get free Bitcoin, and basically how to build your social media presence with $0. Okay, because I did it and it is possible. Okay, it's very possible. They might tell you you're gonna have to invest a little bit. Yeah, you are gonna have to invest a little bit, but you can do it with practically nothing. All right. Right, so now in a previous video, I did express how I felt about the laws of the universe, right? How I felt about it, and I went over it. So I'm gonna go over that again. So if you already saw that video, I apologize, but I'm gonna go over it again. So thank you so much for bearing with me. I appreciate it. All right. So first, let's start with what are universal laws. All right. Since I have a very diverse audience, I'm going to do my best to connect with as many of you as I possibly can right now. So if you are familiar with the 10 Commandments practiced by the Christians, Catholics, and Jews, if you are familiar with the Code of Hammurabi, which is an ancient code of Mesopotamia, the Vedas, an ancient sacred text used in Hinduism, or the Book of Change, the I Ching, which is used in Chinese divination and the Egyptian Yes, you can, Samuel. You should go to marketingforshypeople.com though. Go to marketingforshypeople.com. It's in the description. If you go there and sign up, get on that email list, then you'll be able to get information about how you can engage in some of the nationwide nationwide programs that we have, because not everything that we have is nationwide. I'm just going to be honest with you, but some of the information that I can that I share will it'll be I'm looking over here at my, because the comments are not showing up on my laptop but it's showing up. I got my phone here. So yeah, you can go to marketing. You should sign up at marketingforshypeople.com. I'm working on that website. You'll be able to get information there on how you can start to generate income. You know, it's going to be really small. If you don't invest money, it's going to take you a long time. All right, so I'm going to give you two instances. When you get the information in your email, it's going to be, here is the low budget, I don't care about investing in myself version, and then the other version is going to be, look, I want to get there as quickly as I possibly can, and this is what you can do. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, and just so that you know, I went the low budget. I didn't, have the money. I went that route, and I wish I would have took the other route, which is why I'm going to give both. Okay, all right. So what was I talking about? I was talking about Chinese divination. Hold up, I lost my. I said I was not going to start running my mouth and forget about what I was talking about. Oh, okay. Well, all right. I know what I was talking about. I was talking about how this information could benefit you, right? So it's the different types of sacred texts out there. If you also know the 42 laws of Kemet, which is also called the Egyptian negative confessions. All right, that's something that I study regularly. Okay. I said no, the 42 laws of Ma'at, and that is used in Kemet. All right, so universal laws are similar to all of these. All right, so if you hear something, that if you're familiar with any of those sacred texts, then the things that I share, then they're going to sound similar to you. So every week, right? Every week I'm going to give, let's say, my perspective on on the universal laws. I'll give one new universal law every week. Okay. So, all right. So, let's say, so now we're still on what are universal laws, right? Universal laws are essentially basic principles of life, and they actually transcend all religions, all right? And I know some people was upset with me because I got some messages in my inbox because I said that, but it's true, all right? The universal laws, they transcend all religion, and I'm going to explain that to you very clearly just by the main universal law that I think that everyone has been accustomed to and everyone has been exposed to, law of gravity, all right? When I think of a universal law, it must be unbreakable and unchangeable. All right. And sometimes we get universal laws. We might get a law mixed up with a belief. Okay. And a belief will help you to attain spiritual power. It definitely will. It'll help you to attain spiritual power. Whatever, it can help you get to where you want to get to. But it's still going to be a little shaky, you know what I mean? Because it's a belief, it's not a law, all right? And when you operate simultaneously, when you allow your life to operate simultaneously with the universal laws, that's when you are able to defy gravity, okay? Which is something else I'm going to show you. I'm going to use a reference, okay? I have a reference as well, okay? I like to give out references because I like people to go and check up on me, make sure that I said what I said is right, okay? All right, so if we are able to use universal laws properly, and remember, they transcend all religions, I don't care what they tell you, all right, you will be able to reach your maximum spiritual potential. And I did it. I proved it. You will be able to do it. I promise that you will. All right. And those laws will also assist you in becoming a master manifester like the Christ. Okay. Now, what I feel is that the only reason why I probably haven't attained all of the things that I say that I desire from my heart is probably because I wasn't sharing information. Like, I really do believe that. I believe that the reason why I kept falling short is because, you get this little thing, you like, oh, I got this. Don't nobody know nothing about this. And that's selfish. So I was being selfish. I'm not going to be selfish anymore. All right. So, of course, I study a lot of religions and a lot of sacred texts within, like, I grew up in a household where Jesus was the only thing that was allowed. The first chance that I got to get my hands on something else, I did it. So I read a lot of sacred texts, all right? And so, you know, I have a good perspective of a nice perspective of some, maybe not to, not for someone to come and challenge me, but, you know, if you ask me a question, I pretty much do have a pretty good idea of, you know, most of the religions out there, what their base is, a little bit about them, right? Okay, so let's talk about the law of truth first. All right, I want to talk about that first because I think that some people can get it confused with a belief. All right, and I used to all the time, and it finally like started penetrating like the difference between the truth and a belief. And a belief is just something that you just keep on thinking about, right? You just keep on thinking about it. And people don't realize that sometimes if you keep on thinking about it, you can make it true, right? A thing is only true because someone focused it into reality, which really isn't a truth at all. It's just a belief, because there's a different criteria to gauge other than asking this question, is it true? Because some people, they'll go, well, is it true? Well, you can ask, is it true? But then you have to ask that next question. You have to ask, whose truth is it? Right? Because what's true for a 3-year-old is not true for a 30-year-old. All right. So when I think of a truth, to me, it must be described as unbreakable, unchangeable, just as the law of gravity is. And who can disagree with that law? It's always the same, always being consistent, doing exactly and always what it told you that it would do when it made your acquaintance, right? It's doing the same exact thing. All right. Truth is a vibration of the highest frequency, always prevailing. It can, however, be, it could be, it can be subverted, right? Because there are some very, very, very talented people out there, but only for a little bit, you know, only for a little while. All right. It will always prevail ultimately. All right. So soon, I'll start to talk about the law of paradox and the law of spiral movement. All right. But this video is supposed to be about gravity. So let's talk about gravity. All right. And I think that if, you know, just from understanding the law of gravity, it'll help you to utilize the laws of the universe a little bit better. Okay. Temporary. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Ambassador. Temporary. Temporary. Okay. So let's talk about gravity. All right. I'm not going to be all scientific about it either. That's not my forte anyway. And I'm not a scientific person, so I can't do that. But I can say this. If you want a deeper understanding of the law of gravity, then you should research or Google Newton's law. All right, I'm going to attempt to explain this as plainly as I can with the intention that you will understand just how you are manifesting everything in your life. All right, so that's the whole point. All right, so now what is gravity? It's basically an invisible attractive force that causes objects to move towards each other, right? Causes objects to move towards each other. Okay. So you see every object, including you, has mass, right? And we use mass to calculate the amount of matter an object has. And matter is anything that takes up space. Okay. All right. I want to be as plain as I possibly can. All right. So the larger the matter, the more mass it has, and the greater its gravitational pull. And I'm supposed to have my "that was easy" button. I don't even know where I put it at now. Okay, well, okay. I was going to do it with the button, but that's okay. All right, so gravity is basically just a force, right? It's just a force, and there are forces all around us, right? So the earth has its own force around it. You have a force around you. This glass has a force around it. Everything has a force, right? And the earth's force field, which is called gravity, is pulling you towards its center. All right. The same way a detached apple, like, you know, like if you actually go and you research the Newton's law, all right, or if you pre-search it or Google it, then you'll understand what Newton was talking about when the apple fell to the ground. All right, because the apple was attached to the branch, right? The branch, it was attached to the branch. The branch was already cemented. It's already planted into the earth, right? So there was no reason, you know, there was no reason for gravity to be pulling the apple. There was no reason for gravity because it was actually within the tree's gravitational pull. Now, once it left that branch, it was not connected to the tree anymore. It might still be a representation, a piece of the tree, but it wasn't connected to the tree anymore. The earth actually pulled it closer to it because there was nothing, there was not a greater mass holding it away from it. I hope that I'm explaining this in a way where you understand that how gravity is, all right? So because without gravity, we will all just be floating around in the air, right? So if the Earth's gravity did not pull that apple to it, then the apple would just be floating. It's not floating though. You know, it's actually being pulled to the earth. If you can understand that, you are being pulled to the earth. Everything's being pulled to the earth. Okay. So I hope I didn't lose anyone. All right. All right. There is also a law of earth that I'll share at a later time as well, but because that immediately brought me to the law of earth, but I'll talk about that at another time, right? But if you can understand the gravitational pull of the earth, then you can get a pretty good idea of how your own force field is attracting the things that you desire, whether you are a negative person, whether you are a positive person, whether you are a good person, whether you are a bad person, you still have this force field around you, right? That is attracting the things that you like and the things that you don't like, right? And what happens is we program them a certain way. Why they say, why do good things happen to bad people or bad things happen to good people? It's not bad things happen to good people and good things happen to bad people. Their energy field is rigged a certain way, and you can rig yours. You can rig yours that way too. You can set it up. You know, it takes practice though. You know, you have to practice. You got to be focused at it, and you know, and that's basically what it is. All right. So it doesn't matter. None of that stuff even matters. You are your own You have like your own gravitational pull, and you can pull it to you. You can pull whatever that you want to you, and no one can stop you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what people think about you. No one can stop you. All right. It's all about in your own. And we're gonna get into that. That's still in the law of earth and the law of mentalism. And but this is about gravity, right? And I want to talk about how to defy it as well. All right. So if you can accept this as law, you can begin practicing the laws of the universe. What I missed that, Ambassador. You're asking me who what? Practice if you want to if you can accept the law of the universe, all right, as a law of the universe. Excuse me, the law of gravity as a law of the universe. That is a law of the universe. That is a universal law. If you can accept that as law, then you will be able to understand the difference between a belief and a truth. Okay? And that's what that's what I think is most important. You know what I'm saying? It's important that we understand what the difference between a belief and a truth is. All right. So now our destiny is to control all of reality through the force of our imagination. Okay, the force of your imagination. This is how you're controlling everything that's showing up in your universe. I'm so happy that I'm doing this video because it's actually, I feel it. I'm like, man, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is all right. So with the power of our thoughts, guided by the light within our souls. Okay, so that's how we build up or program and train our force field, all right, through the power of our thoughts, through our imagination, all right, through mental stimulation and training, should I say, all right. So proper use of our imagination will help us to create a force field that attracts more of what we want, all right, and this is called defying gravity. All right, so the resource I'm going to use is the 72 Names of God, all right, and I put a link up there just in case somebody wants to check it out, all right, and if you already have that book, then hurry up, run and get it, and go to page 134 because we're going to defy gravity together right here online, okay? I like doing stuff out in the open. So I'm on page 134, all right, and it says, I'm going to read it to you. Everyone fantasizes about having the power of mind over matter. According to Kabbalah, we already possess it, and we use it every day without even realizing it. This is the book that I'm reading, okay? This is the book, okay? 72. I know it's all raggedy. This book is very, very old, and I'm still using it. All right, and it's a form of Kabbalah basically. It's a form of Kabbalah. 72 names of God. I love it. And all right, so okay, it says all right. According to Kabbalah, we already possess it, and we use it every day without even realizing it. So now here's the problem. It says here's the problem. 99% of our thoughts and consciousness are controlled by ego. Thus, our negative thinking influences physical reality in a detrimental way. All the troubles of the world, the diseases, earthquakes, famines, crime, the concealment of God's lack, the lack of belief in the reality of the human soul, it's all the result of our negative self-centered consciousness. We create this reality every moment. Pessimism, doubt, and cynicism become self-fulfilling prophecies. More ironic is the fact that our innate ability of mind over matter is hidden from us only because we don't believe it to be true. If we allow ego desires to guide our existence, we're forever imprisoned and ruled by physical matter. There's only so far we can go, and it isn't very far at all. We need to see beyond illusions. We need to unmask the players in the masquerade. If we allow the authentic yearnings of our souls to be our prime motivating force in life, as opposed to illusionary temptations of the material world, mind over matter will become our new reality. How do we accomplish this? By continually rejecting self-centered behavior. We gain the ability for mind to absolutely control the material world in a purely positive, constructive, and miraculous manner. This is beautiful because this morning, all right, so that call that I had, right, was with MCG, okay, and it went longer than it usually. But you know what? This call was actually really, this is like so in alignment because this is what she was talking about on the call. She was talking about how to attract or manifest or have, all right, the 613 desires of your heart, right? So we all have around 613 desires of our heart that we all can access at one time. Like you can get them all fulfilled. And the way that you get them fulfilled is by actually taking the focus off yourself and actually focusing on other people and how you can help them. Now, I'm not saying don't take care of yourself. I'm not saying don't look after yourself. That's not what I'm saying. Even though there's still like, according to the phone call that we had earlier, like you're still, there's some type of spiritual underpinning behind not taking care of yourself, which I do agree with that. I do agree with that if sometimes, but not all the time, because I see some people, and well, no, she did explain it. She explained why that works. Why some people could just be giving and giving and giving and giving of themselves, and they keep on getting supported, they keep on getting help. And why some people, they give and give and give and give and give, and it looks like they're never being like it's never even Steven for them. You know what I mean? And the reason why is because the place of consciousness that they're giving from. So if you're giving from a place where you actually have confidence in yourself and you're saying, look, I know my worth. I know my worth, right? When you know your worth and you know that, like no one could come and steal your shine or make you feel less than of a person, then you have a higher you're at a higher state of consciousness than someone who is doing this and they're like, well, it's me. I need to do this for this person. They can't do it for themselves. Oh, now, you know what I mean? If you're coming from like as opposed to coming from a low mentality, right? So we was actually talking about that today. So that's really cool. I had no idea that this was going to line up with it. Look at that, universe. You always know what you're doing. All right. So I want to activate this law, though. I want to activate this law to help you to defy gravity. All right. This is going to help you to defy gravity. Now, this is only if you believe in the law of gravity. If you do not accept the law of gravity as a universal law, then this is not going to work for you. All right. You have to accept it as a universal law, which means that it is a law of the universe. And I'm going to teach you some more too. All right. So you want to take a deep, couple of inhales in through your nose, out through your mouth, very, very deeply. Okay. Right. The whole point is just to get centered. All right. So you want to focus all of your attention on your feet. All right. And you are so planted and grounded in the earth. Okay. All right. So here's the meditation. I unleash the power of mind over matter, the soul over the ego, and the spiritual over the physical. My goal is not to renounce the physical world, but to eliminate its control over me and to become the true captain of my own fate. Everything becomes possible. Okay. All right. And there's a little symbol on here that can help you as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to post it on, I'll post it right after I finish this video. Okay. All right. So that's all that I have for today. And I hope that you found it helpful. Next Thursday, we're going to talk about law of paradox. We're going to talk about the law of earth next Thursday. No, excuse me, next Tuesday. Next Tuesday, we'll talk about the law of earth. All right. So don't forget to keep me posted on what shows up for you in your life after you did that. Did that meditation. You can always go and get the book yourself and look through it, you know, so that you can understand the type of, because I'm going to be sharing more information out of there. I love Kabbalah. You know, like I said, I'm aligned with the Christ consciousness. I cannot get out of that. That's how I vibrate. All right. But I do love Kabbalah. I love I do love reading up on Kabbalah. All right. So if you are interested in learning more about the MCG health and wellness, the health and wellness vehicle that we use, we're having a call at 1 p.m. The phone number is in this video description, 1 p.m. Okay, and I'm going to also post it on my timeline again. Okay, so I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining in with me. If you have any questions, then please put it in there. This video is only going to be up for 24 hours because I'm going to take it and I'm going to move it to YouTube. All right, YouTube is going to be on YouTube and DTube, if you know what that is. All right, I love you guys. I see you soon.